Okay, hello. Haven't made a video for a little while. I'm a little nervous perhaps on this one. Here's what we're going to do on this one. What we're going to do is we're going to go to Samsung and get their annual reports. And we're going to try to, it's a follow-up on an earlier video, but this one's realistic. What we're going to do is download some annual reports, and where can we find the financial statements? Somewhere here. Okay, hang on. Oh, Jesus. Okay, and if we put some financial statements in here, I got the income statement. Okay, so the idea is to take this, copy this into a spreadsheet, and I'm still introducing, I hope, introducing. What I'm going to try to do is, after we put this in, we're going to use the read PDF, and we're going to put them all into different folders, and we're going to be able to read them really, really efficiently. Not really, really efficiently, but pretty efficiently. So we're going to show you, I'm going to show you some updates. I seem to never stop making updates to this read PDF thing. That's what's taken me so many days. And then I've customized it so that we can really efficiently take 20 years. Let's say we want to go to our Samsung, and we're going to read all of these in. We're going to go all the way back to 1998, and we want to somehow put these together. We want to put all this stuff together, and anybody who's tried to do this knows that it's one of the real pains of financial analysis, and indeed it's one of the real pains of your life. Okay. Now, so I'm going to go through this. Let me tell you a few points we're going to make. When you use the read PDF, I think it's very efficient now. I've tried to make it more efficient. I've tried to make it more efficient all the time. Now, if you're going to do this, unfortunately, I like Firefox, of course. It's independent, but for some idiotic reason, it works better with Google Chrome. That's very sad. That's very sad. And there are going to be some philosophical aspects that sometimes you might want to do this in two steps. If the company, like I think happened to Samsung, changed its approach, it's changed its kind of categories in the middle of a period. Okay, and we're going to use the union function. We're going to use this union function and the read PDF. So let's get started. So if I have this, the first step is to go either to the website, and this is, excuse me, but I put it, how many times do I have to say this, but I put it here, okay, or I also put it right here. Okay, I've said this too many times, it's getting a little repetitive. Okay, now you can also get it just from the Google Drive, and get the file. Now, why don't we do this one? Shift Control A. Now I've included something for resetting the parameters. These are similar. This is a standard one, okay, because it's all in a single thing. And this allows you to move everything that you've done to the first sheet. I've kind of adjusted these so we'll allow an underline, can create a new sheet. We're going to adjust the column titles to make it really efficient. That's what I should say. And then I've included two things to do the formatting. Now, if you want to really work carefully on the dashes and all this, you can define what kind of actions. I think normally all of these will be pressed, but not always. Okay, so we click it. Shit. And okay, I'm continuing. I have to make a little adjustment here. Now, if you look at this one, you notice that they have a blank sometimes that comes here, and there's a blank sometimes that comes here. I didn't realize this before. Now, if you press Shift Control A and reformat, what it does is it puts these little notes in something, so you don't want that. So you press Shift Control A again, adjust this by 1. I should just be telling you what to do. Oh, Jesus. I meant to go back to this one and do it. Sorry. And then we have everything okay. It formats it kind of nicely. And the biggest pain was to put these back up here. Okay, and we have everything. Now, just to review, here are the arguments for using this read PDF. Number 1, it's free. That's the biggest argument. Number 2, you just copy and paste straight from the damn Google Chrome or whatever. Number 3, things like I just did, it's flexible. You can change things around, format it, and because the code is open completely. And then we're going to use it with this union and function index match to really efficiently do it. And finally, works with European spaces and other things. I'm gonna have to do some more selling of this. I'm not gonna charge you for this, that's for sure. I just want you to come to my class one day. Nobody will. So on this one, let's get rid of these things. I don't know. I'll leave this. Shift Control A. Now this time we have to reset it, unfortunately, because we're still using the last one. And then this time, what I did is I put little totals. If you notice that this one, they had a little total here, that's not here. And look at this. This didn't format correctly up at the top. And I think the rest is okay. You notice what I did is when there's a double thing, I put a little thing here. I put a little extra A, and the reason I did that is because when you use the match and the index, you have to find unique things. You don't want to, when you're going to use the match, it doesn't know whether this total or this total or this total or this other would be the same. So you have to make a little adjustment. The regular PDF files don't do that. And if we want to hang on, shit. Okay, what I just did is let me do it. Okay, we don't need this one. Shift, I'm pressing Shift, Alt E L. I'm pressing Alt E L. Shift Control A. And we've got kind of the standard, and what I did is I moved the start row for formatting. I changed that. Now if you don't want the underlines, if you don't want to create a new sheet each time, if you don't want all these titles adjusted with the little A's and everything, you click this. If you don't want to put this formatting, if you want to do your own formatting, you just leave these unblanked. So that's what that does. Okay, now enough of this. Okay, So I'm going to close this file. I'm not going to save it. There's no reason to save it. And now let's go to... I hope I have this. Just a minute. I'm going to find the file. Okay, so what I did is I downloaded the Samsung income statements going way, way back. Okay, so now if we're going to do this, what we're going to do is try to put them all together in one statement. Now I'm going to start with 2000. Well, I'll do 2005. Shift Control A. Let's reset the parameters just in case. Shift Control A. Put this in. It didn't work, so we put Shift Control A, and we press number 8, and then that's how we. Oops. And I can't use my own program. It seems. Shift Control A from this one. And then we have a nice little profit and loss statement. Okay, and now let's press Shift Control A. Let's reset the parameters. Shift Control A again. Reformat the sheet. Okay, and then we have a 2013 for and then Shift Control A. And this time I'm going to move it to the first sheet. Let's reformat that. So that's I'm going to do the same thing here. Shift Control A. I feel like I'm timing myself to try to make it really efficient, but so let's press Shift Control A. And that's okay. So we go to 2009. Shift Control A. This one didn't. Let's see what happened with 2009. We had a little bit of a problem. I shouldn't be showing you all this. Okay, and then Shift. Well, I'm going to look at that a little. Oh, shit. Shift Control A. God damn it. Okay, I'm going to keep going and look at that later. Sorry about that. Shift Control A. Fuck. God damn it. Now, when we moved to 2007, their format changed a little bit. I think actually a lot. Let's go to 2006. 2005 rather. Okay, and now when we press this format button, it gets rid of the spaces, and they had sales, cost of goods. So maybe it didn't change that much. We'll look at this. I think they had a 0 there, and let's just make sure that was really happening. Where's the? Sorry about this. Oh yeah, see the loss on investments here. That's the 0. So it was a little bit of a funny formatting, but that's okay. Okay. And that was 2003. And let's put 2002. And I'm keeping doing this. I'm sorry. I probably should have turned the video off, but I'm so excited. Oh, look, they had a different unit there in one, but that doesn't matter. We'll use the USD and we'll have to make some adjustments to these horrible things that were in just one. And finally, we've got 2008. Now, once you've got all of these, okay, what I suggest doing is let's start with 2014 here. I'm not gonna put the last quarter of 2015 in it. Okay, so we've got the revenues. Now, if we go to the next one, this one, let's put this, I suggest moving this to the next. Now, if you look at this, okay, whatever, using the mouse, bad, I suppose. Revenues, cost of sales is actually, it's reasonably similar. What's the matter here? There's a share of associates in joint ventures, other non, okay, selling and administrative expenses had a different format, so that's going to screw us all up. But we'll show you how to work with that, okay? And then we'll take 2011, let's do the same thing. And I think I'm going to switch the computer, the video off right now, because the last thing you want to ever do, which is what I did for so many years, is you want to waste your life deleting, inserting, changing the names, you know, all this crap that can happen. So I'm going to stop this and just finish the... Okay, now I'm going to try something. I'm going to probably get... there's a very good chance I'm going to start swearing a lot. This might really suck, but I really want it to work. So what you want to do is go and find this function. Where's the one that says functions? Now, if you move functions, I don't know if you know this, functions. Oh, shit. Okay. What a bunch of crap. Let's, if you, I put them here, I should have put a, yeah, I thought I did. See, I did put sub-functions. It should have found it. So if you have functions, unfortunately you can't use them from another file. You have to, they have to be copied into your own file. Now I could have pressed Shift Control A, I guess, Control C, and then we'll, you know, put them, we need to put them into our new file. Okay. We can make a function, and I mean a subroutine, and get it in there, okay? Suppose we don't need that anymore, okay? That's a pain. Alright, now, if we put, let's say we want to just get some titles here. If we put union, okay, and we start with, let's start with just the revenues. Okay, and then we go to the next one, and we're going to, I don't want this. Actually, you know what, I'm going to stop with profit for the year. I'm going to start over. So it's like the transpose function or something. You put equal union. Now, if you want to look at the union, it was tricky to write one of the, for a whole bunch of reasons. It took me a while. I'll go, hell. Let's try to get the earnings per share. It's going to be a pain down at the bottom. Okay, I don't know, these are all so different. Okay, and then we hope that the format is reasonably similar. If I'm looking at the bottom, and it's going to be a little bit of a mess. Okay, and notice how they changed the word revenues to sales. And, okay, well, whatever. And we keep going. Now this time, you notice they put sales with the one sign, and we have some other crap down here. And when we do that, let's see what we can do now. This is being very optimistic to think that we'll be able to get anything reasonable for so many different years, but I'm gonna keep trying. And then we have some blanks here. That's gonna be a pain. And and then we have these horrible things with the year ended because it was done like this. And what year am I in? I'm only in 2002. Now we have different sales things and everything else. Okay. Actually, I'm just going to put this domestic and okay, I'm going to stop now. Oh, this is horrible. Shit. Shift Control Enter. Okay. And then when we put Shift Control Enter, we get a big long list. Okay, and now you know, if we want domestic sales, I think that's okay. This sales with this one, why don't we, whenever it says sales over here, what we can do is just put an equal sign and go to the revenues. Okay, and that should then automatically, what that should do is and you might be saying, oh, this isn't saving any time, but trust me, it is, because this is such a pain to do. Okay, and then we put domestic and expert, that's okay, and the total sales are okay. So now let's see what happens if we just change the sales. So now, oh, we still have one sales left. I think, yeah, I don't want any of those things, right? Okay. Okay. Let's see what happened now. And we have one sales that's still in one somewhere. Where is that? Okay. Shit. Okay, just a minute. I'm going to switch it off just for a minute, because I'm really worried about this. Okay, I'm sorry you had to watch that, but I mean, it's kind of like watching sausage being made. We have so what I did is I just put in the sales, cost of sales, export and domestic. We'd have to move around when we're finished, no big deal. We have the gross profit, operating profit, research and development. They only had in 1 year, kind of. Then they had their selling admin expenses. It would be love if we could get this, because we could adjust the return on invested capital, but we can't. And then they had non-operating income and other non-operating income. They changed the name, and non-operating income 3 times. So we'll have to go look at this one, and then they had the same thing with other operating expenses, and I thought they had another one, maybe other non-operating expenses and other operating expenses. So we have to kind of just do that. Now I'm going to stop it again, and all we're going to do is I'm going to find the thing. Okay, what I did is I gave up. I'm not going to change all these stupid titles. I'm going to try to make it, and what we can do is move them around. So once you have the titles done, let me redo this. Then I just put a little index max function, and we put the first thing in, and then we press this. I'm going to press F4 and then get the 2014. Okay, so it's basically an index match. You can look at it, the function. Okay, and then you could copy it to the right. I forgot what I did. Control Shift right arrow and Control R. So now let's copy this again, and now we're going to get 2012. So we look at this one, and then we get the 2012 ones. Okay, and then 2011, and let's get 2010. Index match. Put the F4 and go get the ones for 2000. Aha. Yeah, the 2000. This was the problem, yeah. To AC. Okay, and 2009. I think I'm going to stop now. Index match. And F4 on this one. F4. Okay. Enough. I think you agree. Okay, I don't know if you saw the last time I did this, and I'm kind of appending some videos together, but I finally got back to this one, and we have all of this stuff. Now, what I did is some of the key items we put in, some of these are still wrong, so we have a foreign exchange gain here and foreign exchange gains. And I think here's what I'm going to try to do. So once we have this all set up, it's still, I hope you see that it's dramatically better than if you had to do this by hand. It would just be so horrible. I just couldn't imagine doing it. So now I'm going to copy this, make a new Control N to make a new sheet. And now we'll let's pay special. Oops. Okay. Control C. So let's copy it as values first. Then let's copy the width. And then let's copy the formats. Okay. And then, because it's an enormous file, this is our income statement. Now the bad news, of course, is that you're going to have to do, you don't have to, but we'll make a similar thing from the balance sheet and cash flow. So let's just start seeing how easy this will be to reformat. Okay, I don't know if I'll obviously not waste too much of your time if you're actually watching this, but we can move the export sales up and then get the total. So we got the domestic and revenue. They used to report it separately, and then we have the total. Okay. By the way, why didn't that? Okay. Okay, and then we have the cost of sales, and we can get the gross profit. Now the selling and administrative expenses, and here what we had is sometimes where this was spelt, look, see, it was spelt slightly differently. So we'll just move that up here and delete that line. So that's not so bad. Research and development, they only had one time. Non-operating income and other non-operating income. So this, okay, we don't have any. I hope interest, and you know what we could do is, well, let's see this, and I'm going to make a subtotal. Non-operating income we have here. Again, let's take that away. So we have operating profit, and I think we should put a check. Okay, so we can take our gross profit and then we can take the rest out. We take the gross profit minus the selling administrative minus the R&D plus the operating income plus the interest and dividend income, which I don't know why you call that operating income, but oh shit. Oh, we gotta, hell. Okay, so the difference is hopefully the, oh good. So we should have okay, we should have put the operating profit up here, and we should have made our calculation up here, and just not subtracted, added the last thing. Oh shit. Okay, and then we can see why we're getting some differences, and I'm not going to have you look at the rest of this stuff, but that's giving you the style. This looks horrible. This looks absolutely disgusting. Okay, let me pause it at least. Okay, I'm going to finish this off now, finally. This was a lot worse than I thought it would be. I hope it's just that this was a kind of complicated example. Now, if you want to go and revisit something, I have this view, view obviously, and arrange all. I have two files open. If you want to remember what it was before, you can quickly just use the Shift Control A, and for some reason, I don't know what happened to my minority interests. They're here. And, oops, I'm just going to stop here. And finally, we have the profit for the parent. So so it's all, it all works, if when you add it by hand and check it out. But it wasn't all that easy really to do. Okay, and I guess I have a couple of things that I didn't put here. Yes. Minus. Okay. And finally, this stupid thing's open. Okay. Make this larger. We finally have the kind of the whole profit and loss statement. Hopefully I didn't mess anything up. And if you would like to reorder it, you can do a simple sort. Alt-DS, and let's go to options and sort from left to right. And sort by row number 1, smallest to largest. So now we kind of have our trends. You want to see what happened to Samsung? Let's look at their revenues. If we want, they started with 18 billion and went to whatever 200 billion. That's how fast they grew. I don't know what happened in there. Well, maybe their revenues went down a touch in 2014. Operating profit went from 1 billion to 23 billion. And it kind of went up and down. You can see some volatility. That's kind of interesting. And their, whatever, we're going to compute the return on invested capital for them once we get the balance sheet. So that's that. And it was a pain, and I swore a lot when the video was off.